Hey guys, working on an iPhone 6 today. This iPhone 6, the shop, the screen in it, and I think you can see that. They ended up blowing the backlight on it. Or I say they blowed the backlight. Something with changing the screen ended up blowing the backlight on the phone. And the shop told the customer, sorry about that, we can't fix it. And kind of sent them on their way. They take it to another shop who tried a different screen on it and confirmed that the backlight itself does have issues. So now what we're going to do is try to see if we can figure out what the issue is and get this guy up and running. A couple of different things that can cause this, and I have not opened this phone yet, so just thought that I would step you guys through the way I look, the way I diagnose this repair and kind of the way I go about fixing it. So I may end up speeding up the process, speeding up through some of the repair if I need to end up removing the board on this phone, which is a good possibility. First thing we're going to do is check the filter, which I have seen a few filters blown on these iPhone 6. So we're just going to put it in continuity mode and check across the filter and see what the filter looks like. We got the battery disconnected. So on this phone, generally, since we don't have a backlight at all, this filter here would likely be blown if it was a filter. So we're just going to check from here to here. We've got continuity, and so that tells me the filter is not blown. What happens here is this pin right here comes down and runs over to this side of the filter, and then we go to this side of the filter. So if the filter was blown, then we wouldn't get continuity across the filter. If we just had continuity to this side here only, but not on this side, then the filter would be blown. So that's not the issue with this phone, and it's kind of what I expected. So it looks like we're probably going to have some capacitors, maybe dioid coil issue, which is generally what happens to the iPhone 6. And sometimes it can be an easy repair, sometimes it can be a really aggravating repair. I like these little magnetic mats. Keep up my screws. I don't use a screw pad like some of you guys use. I just use a generic magnetic pad. And I've taken so many of these things apart that I just know where all the screws go by now, as long as I kind of keep a little bit of track of where they're going whenever I'm taking them out. Alright, so we'll go ahead and pull the shield off this, since we're pretty certain whatever the problem is going to be up on this corner of the board. whatever reason, my hands seem like they're all fidgety here. So, alright, so we can see here the diodes got a hole blowed in it here, so the diode's bad. The coil, it's shit some solder out here, or I'm sorry, spray some solder out there. And actually right here, the coil is cracked, and some of the actual insulation off the windings have came outside the coil, so the coil's bad. So that's at least 2 items we want to replace, and that's all probably stemming from one of these caps here being shorted. So let's try to verify that. This cap right here, we should not get continuity across them. There's 3 here that go to this backlight line, and so we'll just find a common ground here. This side's ground, and this side should not be grounded, so we can tell that one of those, at least one of those caps is bad. Now a lot of people, what they recommend is to replace, just go ahead and replace all this. Replace these 3 caps, replace this backlight driver, replace the diode, and replace the coil. This little capacitor down here normally doesn't go bad. That's actually got a little bit of solder ball on it, but I want to try to get by without having to do all that. That's what I want to attempt to do. And to do that, I'm going to use my DC power supply and just see if I can tell which coil, which capacitor is bad. What I want to do is I want to use some freeze spray to do that with. I can solder it onto either one of these 3 capacitors right here. I just want to get my wire on there, and I'm going to use some compressed air, wherever that's at. Okay, so it looked like the one on the immediate left, whichever one melts first. Yeah, alright, so we're going to pull this capacitor out here, replace it. Well, first of all, I'm going to pull it out, make sure our short's relieved. If our short's relieved, then just replace that one. Now that's the way I'm going to do it. Again, some people want to do it other ways. So there's no wrong way to really do this, and I totally understand why they replace it all. Alright, so we got that one cap out. Now let's check, see if our short is gone. Alright, So you can see now, whenever I check this cap or this cap on the positive side, which is on this side, then our short is gone. So this coating right here. I'll go ahead and pull this coil off too, because we're going to have to replace it. And if this coil, we've got the CPU right here next to this, so we really want to try to keep the CPU as cool as we can. So we may end up just breaking this into pieces here. And I want to try to keep from overheating it too much. I don't want to replace this display driver unless I have to. Don't break this thing up. Once you get it broke up, it comes off a little bit easier. Let's see what I do this. Put a little bit of low melt on here. Yeah, we don't have enough of that coil off there. Try to get the rest of this coil off here. We'll get that dog here in a second. The whole reason I'm doing this way is to try to keep I'm having to replace this display driver. It's not that big a deal, but if I don't have to, it'll save me a little bit of time. I'm just trying to keep from damaging it. Okay, well, damn camera decided to die on me. So, may have lost a second or something there. I'm going to get this diode out without, again, damaging the display driver. I mean, this, yeah, they take the diode out. Alright. And maybe it is easier to replace all this, I don't know. This is just the way I'm doing it. I need to clean this low melt off this other corner over here. My wife's texting me. Alright. I'll make sure you get all this low melt out. You don't want low melt on these components here. Let's clean this up a little bit. Well, let's put some more solder on there. I'm using my micro pen, so I think it's big enough, yeah. Okay, let's start putting stuff back together. Let's put a diode down. cap I pulled off. Out of here. Alright. Let's put the filter on. Alright, so that's what I want. Capacitor. Must have got some of that low mode in there by accident. That's the reason you don't want that shit on there. Yeah, that's better. Turn this upside down. The difficulties of microsoldering. Much. Alright, it's not going very good. It really don't matter if those touch a little bit, because they're all on the same line, so. And what the fuck? Alright, we'll work on it again here in a second. Things never real good when you shoot a video anyway. Apparently I've got some low mode in there that's contaminated. those pads. I'm going to have to pull that back out of it. Alright, let's try this again. I'm going to leave that cap like that. Even though it's touching this side right here, it doesn't matter. All these three caps are on the same circuit, so that doesn't matter at all. So anyways, that's what we're going to do. Let's just check, make sure our short's gone. That came back. The reason it's beeping is because the footprints over against that, so that should take care of that. So let's see if we got a backlight now. There we go. I don't know if I got the code to this phone or not. So I don't have the code to it, so I can't do any more testing to it, but that's the way I would go about fixing the backlight on one of these phones. And I might as well go ahead and finish shooting and putting it together. So I gotta put that shield back on there, and a lot of people just reheat the shield, put it back on there. I don't like that. I don't like the way that looks. So I always clean these pads. And I guess that takes too long for some people. I need to clean this up just a little bit. Get some of this flux off here. Well, it's not perfectly straight, it'll work. Damn, people's calling me.